Hey YouTubers, we're doing a part 2 on the Willcox and Gibbs. Right now we've already disassembled it on part 1. We're going to do a video on how to clean it, polish it, and put it back together. Okay, this right here is the medallion. I use this right here. It's called Tarnex and it works great. Okay, it's not going to hurt any of your gold. Okay, what you do is you put a little bit of this on there. You're going to I usually use my finger and kind of wipe it on there. Put it on there like that. This one's already been cleaned, so we're just going to show you real quick. And you're going to take a little wire brush like this. And you're going to go around and just kind of scrub on it a little bit. And get all that 150-year-old grime and dirt off of there. Then you're going to take your rag. Your clean, dirty rag, which I have in my hand. And you're just going to wipe it. And you're going to probably do this about 4 or 5 times. Okay, once that's done, it's going to look beautiful. Right now we're going to do a polishing. And this is a little trick that I'm going to show y'all. Get a drill. This here is the needle bar. I'm going to stick it in. Actually, it's a pressure foot bar. You're going to put it in. Make sure it's tight. You're going to take your emery cloth because you're going to clean all that rust and grime off of there, okay? So you're going to be... You know what? We're going to need to get... Press down on it. And turn it all up. Look at that. Like brand new. This emery cloth, the grit on it is 180 grit. Now if you want to go further than that, you're going to want to grab your safety glasses. Put those on, make sure, probably should have had those on first when I was working the drill, but I didn't. Safety first, folks. Okay, we're going to go to this bench grinder. Turn the light on. This is a polishing wheel. I use the green polish, okay, when I'm doing this. I'm going to finish that, and I keep it in a drill. You're going to point it down. Make sure you get a white cloth, because if your parts fall, they're not making these parts anymore. Of course, it's 150 years old. I'm just going to take it, move the drill on it like that. I'm just going to do the one part just to show you, and just going to clean it off. Okay, now you can see, I'm not going to do the whole thing, but look at the difference between this and what it was. It looked like it just come out of the factory. It's actually beautiful. So all the nickel you can shine just like I've showed you. Just stick it in a drill and do it. Also, these little thread guides, do the same thing with your sandpaper and your buffing wheel. Just be careful. Don't lose these parts. I've lost them before, and it's not fun trying to find them. All right, we're going to put this rascal back together. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to put the shaft back in here. That goes in. You're going to need this little, I don't know what you call it. I don't have my book out here, but this goes in here. This is what feeds your automatic thread guide. Okay, so it goes in there. It's going to slide in there. Say slide. Tough going in there. I'm going to clean this off a little bit. Also, this wired wheel right here is also great for doing that. Okay, let's try that again. A little bit of sewing machine oil. That's awesome. So I'm going to put this back in. This little hook faces this way. So it goes in, faces that way, goes in. We're going to start it. A little better. Work it in there. All right, now we'll need this right here. This sets it so it doesn't move. So this little piece has to go inside here, back in there, slides over that shaft. Like that. Okay. Now this goes, you're going to have to back this out of there. Back it up. Now it leans like that so you can get this piece back in there. So you slide it up in there and then slide this piece back in this groove here. Just like that. There it's in. Now we're going to take, remember we talked about this, putting it back together. It's got identification marks. The little dots here where they punch marks, they face the front of the machine. So I'm going to put that in there. And same thing with this piece, identification mark, face to the front. Grab your screwdriver. Now, you're going to put, I'm going to leave that right there for now. We need to put this piece in. This is your thread guide. This needs to go in, and this little curvature piece right here, and your face. Put that down just like that. Go ahead and tighten that up with your little screwdriver. That's tight. That's in. Now we're going to take our big arm, and we're going to need a little, called the drip pan. That's going to go on just like this. It fits on there just like that. Okay. And you're going to need to grab your big bolt. You're going to slide it in part way. And you want to clean these bolts up too. You want to make sure you take these bolts right here and these threads. You're going to want to clean them up. Okay. And you can polish all this is nickel, so all of this can be polished. Now look how much nicer that looks. See, it's all polished. Spend a little more time and that thing will shine like a mirror. So you're going to want to put that in. You're going to want to add a little bit of oil to it. Of course, I should have did that before I started it in. And you want it to where it just comes out. See the threads? And you're going to want to set it. See this little, it's actually got a hole going right through it so the oil can drip through. So this little groove fits in that hole right there. Okay, and then you're going to line it up with the threads and make sure it lines up. This right here lines up behind the other thread guide. Okay, and then you're going to start your threads. Okay, there we go. That's in. make sure that this little oil pan right here stays in that groove too. Okay, now that will fit. You want to move it up. See, cranks up, moves up, 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 up. There we go. And move that up so it's all the way up by turning it, the wheel. And then we're going to put our other piece on there, which the identification marks, the little dots, face the front. So that goes on. Turn that up. There we go. Now we're going to lay it down like this, and then we're going to take our needle bar, we're going to slide it back down. I'm going to get a little oil on there. Now, I haven't cleaned this one up, but you all know how to do that. Now that I've showed you, so it slides, and this little groove right here goes, these two little grooves go in between the thread guide, just like that. Then you're going to set it back, and you're going to want to get this part right here. You're going to want to oil that, put oil on that, set it, and then you're going to thread it back in through that needle arm. This can get a little tricky, it ain't bad. Whoops, lost the screwdriver. Move it around. Let's see here. Let's get it better right here. I can see it. There it goes. It's going in. It can be a little tricky because it pivots. Okay, that's it. We're going to go to the front. We're going to go ahead.
It's already been 13 minutes.
Okay, we're going to put this little guide in right here. And then, of course, we're going to screw that down. Whoops. Grab another one. In a hurry here so these folks can know how to put this in. So that's in. Now we're going to put this back in. You're going to want to clean all these parts up too with your wire brush. I just want to show you how to get it back together. So I don't know how to do that. Now you're going to want to put your spring back in there. There's two springs that we took out. It's the less of, so it's the weaker spring. It goes into this guide here. It goes into this one. So you spread it apart, set it. This part here sits on top. Right here. It sits on top, goes right like that. So that sets in there like this. And then you're going to take the piece, this piece right here. You're going to set it, see it's got a little guide right here, catches that spring. You're going to set that in there. And we're going to tap that down with our hammer. Now you don't want to tap it too much because you don't want it to get too tight. You don't want it to get too tight. You want that to move around a little bit. You want that to be able to swivel. So you don't want it, see how it's swiveling? See that? That's how you want it. Perfect.
It's getting ready
Okay.
to be 15.
All right. Now,
Pause it.